What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the SHIPIT Nation MLB show. We're here breaking down the Wednesday night 11-game slate. One weather spot that we'll discuss, but pretty solid slate overall. Joined by my guy, Gyiraszin, still recovering from the bender last weekend, but he's here with us and also excited to talk some baseball. What's going on over there?
Man, always good time to have the hoopster on with us here during baseball. Man, we pulled him. We dragged him out of the streets to come on in here. But man, it's always fun to talk a slate over with Hoop. But yeah, Hoop, man. This last weekend, a lot of fun. Celebrating 4th of July. Like I know you guys saw, I had a couple times I was in my RV doing a show, and man, them high noons go down real good. Then I tried them lemonade ones with the dog on it. Those are pretty good too. Kind of change it up a little bit, but they're not carbonated, which is good, and they're not too lemonade-y. So that wasn't too bad. I gave those a run, Hoop, one day. Drank a couple boxes of those. But
not surprised. Gyiraszin, are you done? Are you done with Modelo's though? Like, do you ever mix in Modelo's, or you just?
I do mix in Modelo's. I'll drink some when I want a beer. I'll drink a Modelo, but when I'm in the mood where I'm going to be drinking all day, the Modelos haven't been cutting it because it makes me bloated and, then I feel like shit. But the high noons don't do that really to me. And I don't think the hangover is bad with the high noons.
I can't do the same thing all day. If I know if I'm in for all day drinking, like I'll switch at some point. I'll do the seltzers or something or mixed drinks. And then then I'll switch to beer or start beer, switch to the high noons or the seltzers. I cannot do the same thing all day. So I was just curious if you're mixing in beers at some point.
Yeah, especially in the sun, man. Because it was hot as balls around here. You sit in the sun, you start drinking beer too. I don't know. High noons seem to work out, but we throw a fifth of screwball in here and there once in a while and drink some of that, which is fun. Of course, safety meetings all day. I mean, it's good times, but we had a cornhole tournament. So Hoop, there was I think it was 62 people joined this cornhole tournament, right? And, you play 3 games and then they rank you what your point differential is and whatever else. Well, I won 21-0, 21-2, and like 21-3 or something. So I had basically only 5 points scored on me, but I was the second seed. So they divide us up, right? And I get my partner as this old fella. The dude couldn't even hardly get it to the board. Who?
Well, you should have sandbagged though.
I should have bagged it and lost the game, but I really couldn't even bag it because I had to play against 2 little kids. It's just I can't. Whatever.
Yeah,
but
you got to play the format a little bit. You got
to
mix in one loss.
There. Nothing more frustrating when you're playing somebody else that's good and they come down with you and then their partner is literally scoring 8 and 9 off your guy every time because you can't even land the board. It's like, come on, bro.
Yeah, you're done. You're absolutely done at that point. One other, I don't know, it's not necessarily like a drinking hack, but I've got onto these like liquid IVs if I know I'm drinking a lot. Have you mixed those in at all? Damn, I mean, they bring you back to life, like really nice. I mean, it's just a little pouch thing they sell at Costco or whatnot. You mix it into water, chug it, and last few times that I've drank heavy, like I slam one of those before I go to bed and wake up the next morning feeling like an absolute champ. So liquid IVs, that's the way to go. So I'm gonna have to get you some packets so you can try them out. But I mean, you typically don't get like hungover though all that much. You just bounce back and get right back into the game.
Yeah, usually, but if I'm hungover, I'm not afraid to lay in the bed until whatever time I got to lay in there. But really the pro move is drinking water throughout the night when you're drunk. Like go to bed, drink water before you go to bed. You got to piss, drink water Nate, that's exactly what you do. You just get up the next day and start over. The first few might hurt a little bit, but when you get back in the groove, it's quicker anyway. You get back in that level like real quick.
Yep, quicker, and then it's like you just feel that buzz a little bit, and you're totally fine, back to normal. So that's definitely the best way to go if you don't have anything planned. Like if you have shit to do the next day, then obviously a little more difficult to get up and start hitting it again. But if not, I mean that's option 1 for sure. But option B is drink a shit ton of water or liquid IV to get yourself going. So some good comments there for sure. In terms of baseball, what would you say? One weather spot that we're concerned about? Why don't you touch on that real quick?
Yeah, it looks like we got some weather around. So the White Sox, Tigers, Yankees, Cincinnati, they're all yellow-green over there on Kevin Ross report, which it looks like, those ones should play, but we definitely got to monitor those 4 games. But the ugly one is the Mets in Baltimore game. Says heavy rain, clears around first pitch, lingering rain, stays around maybe to like 10 at night. So he's got it as an orange. So that one looks like there's some PPD risk. The other ones look like we got a little bit of risk, but not anything that looks like we could see a PPD, but that could change real quick. But yeah, that Mets more games looking.
Yeah, the only game on the main slate is definitely the Baltimore one. Like Detroit's they're 5 Eastern, so they're not on the main slate.
Yeah,
but the crazy thing about Detroit is they moved it from 1 p.m. Eastern, which it was. I mean, we're both from the Metro Detroit area. Weather was fine. I mean, it rained early in the morning, but this afternoon was totally fine. They moved it to 5 p.m. Eastern, and now it looks like there's going to be storms in the area. So a total miss for sure on their part, moving this game back, because now it does introduce some weather. But in terms of DFS, doesn't matter. Not on the main slate. The White Sox game, not on the main slate. The only one we're looking at is Baltimore. And the total in that game is 10, so it is relevant for DFS purposes. It is the first game right at 7:05 Eastern, so we should have some additional information prior to lock. So that, for me, is just the only one to really keep a close eye on. We'll go through, follow the same format here. I'm going to pull up screen share here so we can kind of dive in to the pitching. Let's see, pull this puppy up. Not working. There we go. 2-man. All right, back in business. All right, so pitching, we're going to we have SaberSim here. Obviously, we are partnered with SaberSim. If you're not a member over here, you can get in. Good deal we have going right now. Code MLB75 gets you $75 off your first month. So for just $24, you get all access with SaberSim. It gets you access to all our sports, not just MLB, PGA, big PGA this week, PGA event this week. MMA is back, so this will get you access to everything on our site, including SaberSim. So good time to get in, try us out, $24. Discord as well, gets you in the Discord. Pitching slate, for me, pretty wide open. I mean, there's not a ton that I like. I think there's one guy that's going to be pretty popular that we'll touch on, but we're going to cover 8K and above, David Festa all the way up to Bubic, and whatever. I mean, all these, there's a case to be made for some of these guys. To me, nothing really stands out. The one thing is, Lucas Giolito gets a matchup with the Rockies, which obviously is very appealing, but he is going to be probably the most popular guy on the slate at Saber. We're showing 34% right now. So talk about him and then talk about anyone else in this range that you might have some interest in.
Yeah, we could start out with Giolito. I mean, everybody's been chasing the Rockies with their pitching. I mean, it's kind of where we start here in baseball. Just like, who's playing the Rockies? They suck. Who's playing the Pirates? They suck. So, Giolito has been pitching pretty well here recent times. He's 5 quality starts in a row here. He's been up over the 100 pitch mark. I mean, he's priced at 8,500. He gets a really good matchup. So I think in the smaller field single entry tournaments, I think he's going to be really, really popular, Hoop. I think we could see him in the 40% range, maybe even a little bit higher. So I think more so on DK than FanDuel. FanDuel's got him priced up a little bit better than DK does. But I mean, he's been pitching pretty well. Rockies got shut out yesterday, by Bello, which I liked quite a bit. Obviously chasing the Rockies. So I think Giolito is going to be pretty popular, rightfully so. I don't mind playing him. I think there's a bunch of other pitching options today that we can mix in to kind of get different. If you want to, play some good bats, or if you want, I think there's some good stacks. I think there's options all over the slate that we could look at. But, Giolito, moving on from him, I mean, you look at some of the pivots, we can go right up to the top. The most expensive guy is Bubic. And I really like Bubic. I mean, we're going after the Pirates. Pirates suck. Bubic's 10K, highest priced pitcher over on DK. But, man, the Pirates against left-handed pitching are plenty of strikeouts. They're just not getting any kind of power. He's just been consistent as can be. I mean, I'll just look in here. He's allowed 3 runs in 1 or 2 of his starts this year. I mean, he's just been the pure model of consistency. So I think Bubic is probably in my opinion, is probably the SP1, but Giolito is probably going to be the more chalkier play here today. So Mackenzie Gore, I mean, you move down to him. He's 200 cheaper than Gore. I think he's kind of going to be the pivot off of Bubic. I mean, he gets a St. Louis team that, I mean, he's tough. St. Louis is tougher for the righties, but for lefties, they got what one? Let's see. Let's look in here. They don't have really too many guys here with high ISOs over the left-handed pitching. So I don't mind this one here either for Gore. It's just Gore just hasn't been all that great lately in his last few starts. He's been walking guys. So I think that's kind of interesting. You move down to Abbott against Miami. I think this one here is one that you could look at. I just don't like the strikeout upside here you have here. He's been more of a fly ball type pitcher. I mean, Marlins I had yesterday as one of our value stacks and ended up smashing here yesterday. But I don't like paying up for Abbott at the 9,500. Cease, I don't like going against Arizona. Arizona is just a very patient team, doesn't strike out much. I think that one's a reach for me at 9,300. Peterson, now, if we knew the weather was good, I think Peterson against Baltimore is really good. Baltimore is just absolute dog shit against left-handed pitching. I like Peterson here in this matchup, but, obviously with that weather concern, that definitely is something you'd want to keep your eye on if you wanted to go there. So, I mean, some other guys here you look at, like Brandon Walter, if you wanted to look there. I mean, the Indians really haven't been all that great. I mean, you take out Jose Ramirez. Walter's been, more of a ground ball lean here, but I don't mind him either at that price. I think he's in play just because I just don't fear Cleveland at all. So Sassoni, you got him against Houston. I don't know. I just it's a neutral kind of a matchup here for me. It's just not something that I feel really has too much upside. You could look at Festa. I mean, Festa shut down the Cubs Woods Richardson shut down the Cubs last night, but it's kind of hard to pay $8K for a pitcher against the Cubs. So, I mean, if I'm looking up top, I mean, I think, obviously Giolito is going to be the chalk. I'd go right to Bubic if I could. I think Bubic is a great play against Pittsburgh. That Peterson would be one of my favorite plays if that weather was good. I think Gore's got some upside there against St. Louis. Abbott, I'm just not really sure about Hoop. I think there's a couple plays below that you could pair up. There's maybe 5 or 6 pitchers that I really feel comfortable with on the whole slate. But yeah, I think Giolito, I think it's pretty good chalk. I'd actually consider eating it. Maybe we could go elsewhere with some other pitching plays, maybe get a little bit different as we get down below. I think there's a couple plays that are interesting, but Giolito, I think Walter, Gore, Bubic, I think those guys are in play.
Yeah, pretty much in agreement with you. Like Giolito and Bubic is for sure my favorite pairing. Is it the most popular pairing? Yes, probably. But I don't know. I just don't, if you guys have followed my MLB opinions over the years, I just don't really feel the need to try to get cute at pitcher when something makes sense. I mean, you can easily get different with your offense, very easily get different with your offense. So you can embrace, you can take on some of the higher ownership at pitcher, knowing you're going to do things different with your bats. It's just, to me, like, I just don't love getting cute. And like Giolito, 8,500, just facing the Rockies. He's been pitching well. Like, if he has a bad outing against the Rockies, we move on and play ball tomorrow. So, like, I'm fine with him. The spot for Bubic looks good. The other guys, if you're building a bunch of teams like Dylan Cease, I'm good with. Peterson, it does look risky. I mean, that's something you're gonna have to monitor up to lock. Like if we got to the full, it's good to go. I would definitely play him. You talked about Walter, I think fine in GPPs, but like for me, those two the popular ones, Giolito, Bubic, Gore, Cease, Walter, kind of where I'm at. I don't love pitching today. I don't love it, and that's the reason why I'm fine just kind of embracing some of these more popular plays per se. You go down under 8K and it definitely gets even dicier. I don't think there's really a ton to look at. You can take a look at this Schlittler guy. Is that how you pronounce it? Schlittler? Yeah. Schlittler sounds way better. So Schlittler, 7K, rocker, good ballpark in Los Angeles, 7,500. Maybe Palante, it's good ballpark for pitching, 72. I don't love it. I mean, I'm fine getting a little bit of exposure to these dudes, but I'm not going overboard. Like Alcantara, not a good ballpark, 6,900 for him. 2 years ago, the dude's elite, not so much anymore. So I'll play a couple of these guys down here, but nothing stands out as like phenomenal play for me. What about you, 8K or below 8K?
I think there's 3 guys that I'd keep in my pool that I have down here. I mean, the first one you mentioned, Cam Schlittler. I mean, he's this guy here in the AAA, he had over a 30% K rate. Somebody must be banging on my door if you hear my dog barking. But either way, he does have a slight ground ball lean. He just hasn't had his strikeouts rate level that he had. He had 9 starts in AA, 5 starts in AAA. I mean, he looked pretty good. I mean, I don't mind using he's got from what I was reading, he's got a really good plus fastball. So usually if I can get a power righty against the Mariners, that's what we were looking for. I mean, you just got to pretty much avoid Kyle Riley, and you're in pretty good shape the way it seems. But I mean, I think the upside's there, right? I mean, the price is fairly cheap on him. I mean, you're going to get him at 7K. I think. It's what you're looking for in a GPP. So I think he's definitely in play. I'd look at him. I mean, you could also look at, let's look at Kumar goes to White Castle. We could look at him. I don't know. Is that John Rocker's son? But either way, I mean, this guy here, he's looked pretty good against righties. He's been up at 24%, lefties, 17% K rate. He's been getting some ground balls. He's been ground ball pitcher. So I don't mind him against this Angel team that he could have some strikeouts here against. Actually, like the matchup for him. But really else down there, I mean, you got Palante against a Washington team. I mean, he's more of a ground ball pitcher too. I don't mind him. They don't have too many fly ball hitters over there on Washington. But, I mean, I think if you're looking for somebody fairly cheap that you want to eat up some innings and maybe get you some points, I think he'd be in play for me. But really after that, I think everybody else, like, I'm not interested in Alcantara against Cincinnati down there in Cincinnati. I'm not interested in Horton against Minnesota, Senzatella, Hendricks. I'm not really interested in these guys. I mean, they could be in play for you if you really wanted to go that low. But for me, I just think Schlitter, Palante, Rocker would be where I'd look other than that. But I think Schlitter is the guy who's interesting for me. I mean, I generally like to use the power righties that have some strikeout ability against these Mariners. So I think that'd be a place that I'd recommend that I'd probably start with.
Yeah, kind of in agreement at pitcher. I mean, overall for me, like the main takeaway is I don't love it. I'm gonna, just kind of whatever the term is, eat the chalk or whatever. I'm playing Giolito, I'm playing Bubic. Those are gonna be my 2 highest owned guys. And then after that, like I'm fine getting whatever of the dudes that we talked about. Gore, Cease, and then these cheaper guys down here. So it's my final takeaway, final thoughts at pitcher, and then we'll kind of hop into the offenses here.
Yeah, I mean, you made me think something when you were mentioning, I'm willing to get different with bats. I mean, that's just as simple as maybe throwing in a bottom of the order bat in your stack.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just as simple as that. You don't, and especially if the stack's going to be popular, we talk about that, the 8-9 hitter wraparound, whatever. So, I mean, yeah, I think Bubic and Giolito is definitely where you want to be today. I think that's a pretty good pairing, especially on DK. I think FanDuel, you can mix it up a little bit more. I don't think Giolito will be as popular.
No.
But, I mean, for his price and his matchup that we got here on DK, he's definitely going to be pretty popular.
Yeah, agree with you. The price is too good. And you get to play 2 pitchers. It's not just like, all right, it's got to be this guy. He'll be way more popular because of the fact that you play 2. And then the price is much higher on FanDuel. So it's definitely a good point. Offense, a lot of different spots to go. I mean, it seems like teams are just going off nowadays. This warmer weather, runs are way up there, home runs. all that. First game, if we get the stamp of approval, this Baltimore game, the total is sitting at 10. Team total for the Mets over 5.5. Team total for the Orioles right around 5. But this is the one weather spot. It looks like it is supposed to rain. It's just a matter of how hard. Maybe it keeps ownership down. If you're doing a bunch of teams and it looks like this is a little dicey, you might have a chance to get a team projected to score almost 6 runs at not low ownership, but it'll be kept in check a little bit. So I'm definitely interested in both sides of this, assuming we don't get the full washout. What stands out to you here offensively, Mets and Orioles?
I mean, Tamayuki Sugano, I think that's how you say it. I mean, his low strikeout percentage. I mean, he's only at 13% to lefties, 15% to righties. His WOBA is up at 346 to lefties. I mean, yeah, if we can get this game here, I mean, I like the top 5 bats in here. I mean, you could even look as far as down to McNeil even, but Nimmo, Lindor, Soto, Winker, I mean, those are powerful lefties, and you could throw Pete Alonso in there with his 416 WOBA against righties. So definitely interesting. I think I wish it would play. I really like the Mets here, but I'm just kind of concerned here. I think we're going to probably end up getting a PPD out of that one, but yeah, Mets are in a good spot. Definitely don't want to play any of these Baltimore bats. They're just absolutely terrible against lefties. Just not very good. I like the Peterson matchup here, but yeah, I mean, if we can get some clarity on that game, and it looks like it's going to roll, I think you'll get a lower ownership on the Mets. And I would be willing to take the risk, especially, if you're in like the $9 tournament or something like that. I mean, it's $9. I'm willing to take a risk if you're throwing in 20 lineups or so. So I think the Mets are definitely interesting.
Yeah, the last thing to add on for the Mets, I mean, you can get the bottom half of that lineup for dirt cheap. We don't have the confirmed lineup in here, but you have Winker 2,500, McNeil 3,400. You got Ronnie Mauricio 3K, Torrens 2,700, and then Batty 3,300. So super cheap. I mean, it's the tale of two stories. The top half's expensive, the bottom half is cheap. You can mix and match however you want. Assuming it's not a PPD, I'll definitely be taking some chances on this game. Got the Mariners and the Yankees. Pretty big total in this one, sitting right around 9.5. Most of that on the Yankees side. As you can see, their team total is around 5.5. Mariners around 4.5. Yankees should be popular here. The guys that are going to get the ownership. Obviously, most stacks will feature Aaron Judge, and it's probably the right way to go. But you do have some cheaper guys. I mean, you got Dominguez leading off under 4K, Stanton under 4K, and then Wells, Peraza pretty cheap too. So team I'm definitely interested in. It's tough again though to stack the Yankees and not feature Aaron Judge. And then on the Mariners side, kind of mentioned Cal Raleigh. I mean, really impressive, obviously, what he's doing, and definitely got to consider, even if you're not playing the Mariners, just as a one-off game, get his ass in there at catcher. It's a big price tag. The dude's, just crushing it right now. So thoughts here, Yankees and Mariners.
Yeah, I like the Yankees, especially the lefties against Evans. Evans isn't missing too many bats. He's at, as far as K percentage, 17% against lefties, 18% against righties. His ground ball percentage is 40% to both sides. He's got almost 31% fly ball rate to the left side, and only 19% to the right side. But we don't got to worry about that with Aaron Judge. We know he can get the ball in the air with basically anybody, him and Stanton. So, I mean, the lefties, though, Dominguez, Bellinger, Jazz, I mean, I think they're all Austin Wells. I think they're all in pretty good spots. I like the Yankees today. We got the high game total, team total sitting up there. So I think the Yankees are definitely going to be in the play. I mean, they're fourth in team total at 5.2 behind the Red Sox, Braves, and Mets, who we just talked about. But yeah, I mean, I'd put the Yankees and the Mets kind of in the same kind of bucket here. In reality, I think they're a top 5 stack. But I mean, we'll see what we got. The Yankees are going to kind of be expensive. But yeah, you'd have to make some concessions at pitching. Probably look at maybe a Schlitter, or you're going to have to look at a little cheaper pitching option. You probably you're not going to end up with Bubic if that's where you wanted to go. I think you can keep Giolito, but you might have to go down to one of the cheaper pitching options. But I mean, today, as you mentioned, I don't love pitching. I don't think there's a guy like Scooble or somebody on there who's going to roll out 10, 12 Ks out here today. So, like a Wheeler or somebody like that. So that's where I'm more willing to take risk at pitching to get some better bats. So, but I think the Yankees are definitely in there. We'll put them in my top 5 today.
Yeah, I'm with you. Definitely a team to target. But yeah, if you're getting the premium dudes like Judge, Bellinger, Chisholm, you're going to have to make concessions at pitcher, and I'm willing to do that. I'm with you. Next game, big total, Red Sox, Rockies. A large majority of that total is on the Boston side. As you can see, their team total above 6. Rockies sitting at 3, just a pathetic MLB baseball team at this point. If you're looking for the ultimate leverage on the slate, then you'll be looking to potentially stack the Rockies. I'm not interested in doing that. But if you're one of those people that like stacking against the highest owned pitcher on the split slate, this is your spot. The Red Sox in a good spot again, 2 straight games of kind of going off, 9 runs 2 days ago, 10 runs yesterday, in an equally good spot today. And still some cheap options in here in regards to, stacking options, different ways to stack. Just a great team to take a look at. You can play everyone in this lineup. They will be popular though, but again, it's kind of paid the price the last couple of days. I'll be here for sure and playing everyone in this lineup and just fading the Rockies. Pretty straightforward game for me. What do you see?
Yeah, I mean, the Rockies bullpen's absolute dog shit. I mean, the Red Sox here in the last few days have been seeing lefties, which generally I like to play the Red Sox against righties. So, I mean, because then you get Duran, you get Anthony, you get Willie or Bray, who hasn't been even in the lineup the last few days. They get Yoshida back too here today. So I think that's interesting. But man, this lineup got a little bit longer here in the last few weeks, adding Roman Anthony to that lineup. So makes him a hell of a lot better. Hit his first home run at Fenway, but I think the Red Sox are really interesting. Been scoring runs, like we mentioned. That Colorado bullpen's just been trash lately. But I like the lefties here, especially Wilmer there. So yeah, definitely interesting. Willier, I call him Wilmer. Willier Abreu, but even Yoshida, I think he's interesting. And if you wanted to flip it around, I don't mind Marcelo Mayer at a third baser position if you wanted to use him as well. So Senzatella, I mean, he's not missing bats. 8% K rate to lefties, 14% his ground ball percentage. He's 51% to lefties. But I mean, he's been getting beat up, so I wouldn't see anything any different here. I think the Red Sox are definitely a top stack today.
Yep. With the next game, we have the Marlins and the Reds. It looks like 8.5 total in this game. Yeah, 8.5. 4.5 team total for the Reds, about 4 for the Marlins, and 2 teams that I'd say should be pretty low owned. Alcantara, not the same pitcher, but people, he still has name recognition. A lot of good offenses on this slate, so both should be low owned. Abbott is an expensive pitcher on DraftKings. Marlins aren't a popular team to stack. For me, the way I'm playing this is building 150 teams. I'll make sure I have at least like 3% of my teams have stacks of the Marlins, 3% have stacks of the Reds. I just want a little bit of both sides, not like a priority stack for me, but I'll take whatever I can get here. Just probably a little bit. If I am stacking the Reds, though, I would want Ellie De La Cruz to be in those stacks. So that's kind of the way I'll play this. Give me probably 3 to 5% of these teams. Don't really care what I get on the Marlins side. On the Red side, I kind of want it to feature Ellie, and that's how I'm playing this one. What are your thoughts here?
I mean, I think this one, if you're playing 20 teams or you're MMEing, I wouldn't discount this one at all. I mean, Abbott's got a pretty high fly ball percentage. I did like the Marlins yesterday, like I mentioned earlier, but I mean, Ramirez in the middle of that lineup there against a fly ball pitcher like against Abbott, I don't think is too bad. I mean, he's got a 350 Woba. I mean, Hernandez at 377. So, I mean, we like the park, home run, small park down there in Cincinnati. As far as Cincinnati goes, as you mentioned, I wouldn't mind the lefties over there at all. I mean, you look at Alcantara. He's not been very good against lefties. 14% strikeout rate. He's got a 14% walk rate against lefties. He's been getting barreled up at almost 10%. I mean, he's not been very good. Definitely like Ella Cruz, Friedel up at the top of that lineup. I don't mind Lux. But, yeah, I think that's interesting. I just don't have them ranked up as high as, like, we got some teams with some pretty healthy team totals, like the Red Sox, Yankees, Mets, games we've already talked about. So I don't have them as high as that, but I definitely wouldn't discount them. Maybe if you're looking for some one-offs, you could look there if you need to. But, yeah, I think there's some interesting plays. I just don't fully love the full stacks.
Yeah, I mean, the next game, the Cubs and the Twins, kind of similar to this one for me, where I'm going to be looking to get some exposure. Again, if you're doing – it depends how many teams you're doing, like you said. Like, if you're doing 5, I probably don't get any Cubs or Twins. Once you get to 10 to 15, I start to introduce them a little bit. In 150 teams, I'm going to have some of each side. Offenses that can definitely get the job done. Are they at the top of my list? No. Are they at the bottom? No. So if I'm building a lot of teams, I want some exposure, and that's kind of how I feel about the Cubs and the Twins. The one thing I will say, though, about the Cubs, they're expensive, and it's kind of back to that scenario that you talked about earlier, where if you're stacking their main dudes, you're probably out on the Giolito and Bubic pairing. So that's one thing to consider with the Cubs. You probably have to get a little bit different. There's just really no price breaks here. Their cheapest bet are probably going to be like mid threes, and a lot of guys like 5K and above. With the Twins, it is a little bit of a cheaper stack. Only one guy above $4,000, and that's Buxton. So you can get away stacking the Twins a little cheaper. If you're stacking the Cubs, you probably have to force it in a little bit. And I'll make sure to have some of each side, but not like priority plays. So what are your thoughts here on this one?
Yeah, I don't mind going after Festa. I mean, you look at this guy's numbers. I noticed that his barrel percentage to righties is at 14%. That's pretty high, and 7% to lefties. But he does have medium ground balling, 42% to left, 39% to righties. But I mean, Festa, he's going to throw strikes. He's 24%. Strikeout. He does sometimes get some control issues. He's at 10% walks to lefties, but if he's getting barreled up by righties, Suzuki sitting there in the 3-hole looks pretty good. Michael Busch, we all like Busch, but Michael Busch, he's been absolutely tearing the shit out of the baseball. I believe he's the highest in OPS in all of baseball the last 2 weeks. So 15 days. You got, PCA. This lineup is just strong up and down. You mentioned they're expensive. But, if the righties are going to be barreling them, like I said, I might even call Suzuki to be my home run guy here today. I think Seiyu is in a pretty good spot.
Like that call, man. The dude, he does damage. It's a powerful lineup, like you said. So I'm definitely in on some Cubbies today as well. Next game, got the Pirates, got the Royals. Team total in this game sitting right at 8.5, 9 range. Most of it, obviously, on the Royals side. I think the Royals are a fine team to stack. The one thing with the Royals, though, when I stack it, I kind of want it to be like their main dudes. I want it to be Bobby Witt. I want it to be Vinny. I want it to be Sal Perez. Like, I don't love, like, the bottom part of this order. So, if I'll just kind of go with the more popular guys and not really care about it when stacking the Royals. Not messing with the Pirates today. Like, don't really care. If they beat me, they beat me. But I'm in on the Royals, but it's going to be the Royals' main guys. And, I feel pretty good about them. Bobby Witt, Vinny, and Sal Perez for sure, my 3 favorites. And I'll be kind of focusing in on those guys tonight.
Yeah, Hoop, I've been saying I don't have the stomach to stack the Royals. They don't have enough power for me. They do get it done once in a while on the smaller slates. I'm more apt to doing it. But when we got a big slate like this, I just don't think they have the power to get it done. They're not very good against lefties either. So, it's just tough. you look at this game, the Royals and Pirates, two of the most shittiest hitting team. If this was football, it'd be on the Thursday night. This would be the Thursday night game, Hoop, right here.
Could be.
We'd have to play DFS, single showdown in this shit game, but yeah. So this one here is about as boring as you get.
It's like the Bears and Titans on a Thursday night game. It's kind of
right.
That's
exactly the same. The same thing here. So yeah, I'm not really interested there, but it's just the Royals for me are just tough. I think about them maybe if we're on a 5 or 6 game slate, but a big 11 gamer like we have, I'm just gonna pass.
Our guy Vinny P is gonna hit a bomb, lefty bomb tonight. So that's the call.
He calls Vinny P. Wait, I like some Vinny P. He's a big boy.
Vinny P can get the job done. We got the Nationals and the Cardinals. Smaller total here, sitting at 7.5. A ballpark that I just typically don't go to for offense, and it usually works out quite well. Kind of on Palante, kind of on Gore a little bit. I'll be off these offenses. It's a big slate. Can't play everyone. I'm not really playing anything here. Anything you like offensively?
No, I'm with you. Low total, 7.5. Really no reason to try to press it. Yeah, I mean, when you got Washington, you like it when all the lefties are in play, but Palante's got such a heavy ground ball lean that it's just not anything that I'm interested in. I mean, James Wood, you could always play James Wood. Don't get me wrong. That kid's going to be one of the MLB.
He's a stud.
Yeah, he's really good. I mean, that guy is something else. So he's going to be in the home run derby, I think. Him and Acuna, I thought I saw. So I was like, oh, sweet. James Wood that should be definitely interesting. But, yeah, I mean, there's just really not much there. It's just too expensive, not a good spot. I'd pass.
Next game, not very appealing either. Pretty low total, right around – what are we at? Right around 7.5. You look at the Guardians lineup and you kind of want to puke outside of Jose Ramirez. You look at the Astros lineup and you want to puke almost all the way through. I mean, this lineup is terrible. Anytime I look at lineups and just want to throw up, I really, really struggle to play them. If I'm choosing one side, it would be the Astros, but it's probably more of like a mini 3-man stack, and then Guardians, it's probably just Jose Ramirez as a one-off. Like I'm not going to be getting to these offenses all that much tonight. Any Guardians or Astros for you?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, Cam Smith, maybe some Paredes, if you wanted to look like for some mini stacks, help you fill out. Maybe you could, go Jose Altuve and maybe get some second and third base spots filled out for you. But yeah, I mean, overall as a full stack, no thanks. I mean, Sassoni, I mean, he's average strikeout pitcher, has a little bit below average ground ball lean, fly ball leans a little higher, right side 35, 33. I mean, it's a guy we like to attack. It's just not with this Astro offense. I think the only time I've used the Astros hoop is when A, they've been in Sacramento, and B, when they've been in Coors Field. Other than that, it's like I don't got any interest in them.
Yeah, we need what's his name back in the lineup. Jordan. Yeah, that helps a little bit too. I mean, it's just not a very appealing lineup. That is for sure. All right, we have 3 games left. If you guys could do us that favor, hit the like and subscribe. Helps us out a ton. Do all our videos for free. You guys quality content here. So all we ask is like and subscribe. Helps us out quite a bit. Next game, relatively high total, sitting at 9.5. Rangers, Angels. Last night, the Rangers kind of went off. I think they get a similar matchup tonight against Hendricks. The ballpark is not great, but man, this might be one of my favorite stacks. I think the Rangers here tonight, after getting the job done last night, they have a powerful lineup. I mean, you can play everyone in here top to bottom, multiple guys with multiple home run upside. Love the Rangers tonight, and honestly not opposed to the Angels. I mean, talked about Rocker as a play. I think he's fine, but I mean, he's not like a slam dunk play. I wouldn't be opposed to getting exposure to the Angels lineup. I kind of like it tonight. You look at it, happened above, looked pretty solid to me. So in on both sides, but I really like the Rangers, hoping they come in somewhat low owned, and I think they're in a good spot. So a game that pretty much in on both sides, but really like the Rangers. What do you like here?
Yeah, I got to agree with you. The Rangers, the righties are looking really nice. Semien, Garcia, Langford, even Jake Berger. I mean, the WOBA for Hendricks is 377 to the right side, 237 ISO. He's medium ground ball lean, a little bit below average fly ball lean, but I mean, this guy here, we love attacking Kyle Hendricks. So yeah, Rangers are definitely in play for me. So like I said, I'm going to start with the righties. Corey Seager's always in play. The Angels against Rocker. I think you might get, I'm like trying to kind of torn here, thinking what kind of leverage you might get. I don't know how much Rocker is going to really, I think he'll get some ownership. I just don't think it's enough to where you're going to want to get, that leverage there. But, look at Rocker. Like you mentioned, he's got a pretty low K rate to the left side. He walks more to the left side. He's got a 404 WOBA to the lefties. Chanel sitting in that 2-hole isn't too bad. It's just the Angels don't have enough lefties in their roster here today. So Kumar, maybe we can think about this when we got a lineup with a little bit better lefties, maybe like a Washington. I think that would be a spot that I'd like to attack Kumar with just the one lefty. I think it's just we're kind of pushing it there. But yeah, Chanel, if you want to use him as a one-off, definitely like some lefties there, but I just don't think they have enough for me to want to stack them up.
Yeah, maybe.
And the Angels, as it's mentioned here but here that the Angels Stadium giving up one of the best for the home runs for sure.
Yeah, maybe more like a 3-man or something with the Angels. Joe Odell has randomly popped up for some big games this year too. So you could get a little creative. They should be low owned, but yeah, you might break maybe more like 3-man or something like that. Diamondbacks, Padres, not much for me here. Maybe a little bit of the Padres, but this ballpark sucks for hitting. Pretty low total, big slate. I wouldn't mind getting some exposure to Corbin Carroll or Tatis, but it's not going to really be full stacks for me. It'd be one-offs and maybe like 3-man stacks, and it would just be like the main dudes on each side. But I don't love this one. There's some really good spots. There's one more game that's a really good spot tonight. I just don't see myself getting here all that much. Any interest? Diamondbacks, Padres?
Maybe I could do a little bit of Padres. Fott's been getting, he gives up a lot of hard hits. His K rate's kind of low. The lefties, 18%, 21% to the righties. He's given up a 361 WOBA to the lefties. The hard hit or his barrel percentage, 14% to the lefties, 12% to the right side. I don't mind Tatis, Gavin Sheets. Merrill, I think, is in a really good spot. But I just don't like the San Diego games. That's 940. They get that marine layer coming in. It's just not the greatest of hitting conditions. We see a little lower total, but I don't mind the Padres here against Fat. So yeah, I wouldn't put him in my top, but I'd see reason to look at it.
All right, one more game on the slate, and it's a good one. So late night hammer could be in full effect tonight. The total is 10.5 for the Braves and Athletics. That's because we have Elder facing off with Mitch Spence. Both offenses here look to be solid. The Athletics went off last night. Tons of runs early on. They did slow down a little bit. Did they ended up scoring just 10? They got them all pretty early. They scored 10 and then slowed down, but you needed some of these guys. Butler led off the game with the inside the park home run, and then next at bat hit one out. It was pretty impressive. Maybe it bounces back to the Braves tonight. Either way, I think both these offenses are in a pretty good spot. Have to see on Jacob Wilson. I think he got hit in the hand or arm last night and left the game. Maybe he gets a day off here, but both offenses in really good spots. Big team totals right around 5.5. Don't get too comfortable if you're winning GPPs going into this last game of the slate, because you're going to have to basically kind of run good and make sure this game stays low scoring. So thoughts here, Braves and Athletics.
Yeah, I like both sides, but you mentioned the inside the park home run. Did you see that inside? Was it Patrick Bailey yesterday hit?
Yeah,
I was reading he's like one of the slowest players in all of MLB, and he literally hit an inside the park home run to win the game. And it was an exciting play, that is for sure. But yeah, this game's got all kinds of goodness. I mean, I think you could stack up the lineups, both of them, up and down, 1 through 9, all the way up and down. I mean, you look at Bryce Elder. I mean, I really like the lefties. I think this Kurtz kid today is in a really good spot. Nick Kurtz, I mean, he's got a 394 WOBA against the righties. The ISO that Elder has been giving up, the WOBA, the left side 363, 391. But yeah, I think Nick Kurtz here is in a good spot. 11% barrel percentage for the left side against Elder. So you mentioned Butler. I like him. Of course, you can play Rooker. I like these guys all the way up and down. Maybe Giloff maybe be one of the guys I'd kind of struggle playing on with the A's. You look at the Brave side. I mean, Mitch Spence. I mean, I love Matt Olson sitting there in that 2 spot against Spence here. I mean, you look at the fly ball percentage for Spence, 27% to the right side, and it's down to 19% to the left side. I still like Olson, but I guess that gets me to Riley, Acuna, Zuna. I don't even mind Profar too if he gets in the lineup. So yeah, I think both sides of the plate. I mean, Sacramento. I mean, without the big huge stadium around it, Hoop. I mean, it just makes it so much easier for the ball to carry. And I mean, we've been seeing. I mean, that's like literally the new Coors Field. So yeah, I think you could stack up both sides of the game. I mean, you could game stack it if you want. But I mean, we've been seeing multiple teams score 10 runs here as we've been coming into end of June and July. But I mean, we saw it yesterday. I mean, I think it was 4 or 5 teams that scored 10 runs. I think we're going to see that here in this side. I was a little surprised the Braves didn't get it done yesterday, but I wouldn't doubt if what I like to call a softball game. I think we kind of see that here today.
Yeah, and then Acuna did get scratched, I believe, last night, so something to keep an eye on. So him and Jacob Wilson in this game, just want to make sure those guys are in the lineups. But, I mean, really good spot offensively, good bounce-back spot for the Braves, obviously, and Athletics could definitely follow up their big performance last night again tonight. It's all 11 games, so give me, I don't know, your top 3 or 4 offenses, mix in, maybe a lower-owned option as well.
I think with my offenses, I mean, we were just talking about the game. I think is going to be really popular with that A's and Braves game. I mean, I think I like the Red Sox as well. I think the Yankees, A's, Braves, Red Sox are all in play. You could probably put the Cubs in there, Rangers. I mean, I think there's a lot of good opportunities here today. But if I'm looking for maybe a lower owned stack, maybe we could go back to the Marlins. I like the Twins a little bit too. That kind of sneak him in there. I see somebody mention that. Jeff mentioned that here. He likes the Twins a little bit. I don't mind them as well as a lower owned stack. But as we mentioned, I mean, I think there's a lot of options. I think that's why you can kind of stay chalk here at pitcher, Hoop. There's a lot of different offenses and a lot of different ways to go. I don't think there's just 1 or 2 standout offenses. I think there's 5, 6, 7, half dozen offenses that we can look at here today. So definitely a pretty good slate. I think I'm going to stay a little chalkier at pitching, but yeah, definitely interesting one. But man, it's always fun to have the Hoopster on here with us.
Been fun, man. I love shooting some baseball talk with you. It's even more enjoyable with our Tigers top team in Major League Baseball, although they're not on this slate, but they start here in about 15, 20 minutes, weather permitting. So it's the talk of the town around here, the Tigers. Hopefully they continue their stretch for DFS purposes tonight. Obviously they're not on the slate. A lot of good offenses like you talked about. Pitching pretty wide open. I'm going to stick with those main guys. I think we're kind of both in alignment there. But there's so many different ways to go at offense. That's why you don't really need to get cute at pitcher if you do like those more popular options. And a lot of teams I like tonight, but something tells me the Rangers get the job done again today, and the price tags are really cheap for the Rangers here tonight, and a lineup you can play top to bottom. So It's a good slate for DFS, pitching open for the most part, offense, ton of different ways to go. We have expensive bats, we have cheap bats. So should be a fun slate. We'll be back tomorrow with another edition of our MLB show. Good luck to everyone in your contest tonight. Let's get those Ship It Nation logos to the top of the leaderboard.